Alrighty, folks, we got the budget 20 gauge back out. Welcome back to 25 high. Today is finally the day. I don't know if I put a little bit of hunting in the last video. I might put a little hunting in the beginning or the end of this video. But it's finally the day to put a little spray paint job on the old girl. So I'm going to go ahead and get it stripped down, get it degreased, and I'll check back with you guys when I get ready to put the base coat down. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, so I got the gun in pieces, and I'm pretty sure mass airflow sensor is the exact same thing as brake clean, is the exact same thing as paint stripper, is the exact same thing as degreaser. So I think, according to science, that is true. So I got it sprayed down with that stuff. I got it, like I say, I take it apart. I don't know how that did that, but I think that's right. So basically the main reason I wanted to take it apart was so I could paint under the tube. So I think what I'm going to do is give it a very, very light hit with the sandpaper, because it still seems, you see how shiny that is. So I think a little quick hit of sandpaper should rough it up enough for the sandpaper to really stick. All right, the rubbing alcohol, I used 91%. That did the job. It got it nice and clean. Now, I have heard two different opinions. My opinion is that you go with the 91. The purest kind will do the best job and not leave as much of a residue on there. Other people say to get like the 70 whatever percent, because it may leave a little bit of a residue, but it won't eat through the plastic, which I was a little worried about that, but this plastic seems fine. It just seems like it's less greasy, so did its job. All right, we're officially polishing a turd, because that's what that looks like. But the reason I figure I might as well talk about the plan real quick now that we got the first coat finished. I'm probably gonna do at least one, probably just one more coat of the brown. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do this base coat of brown. It's almost like a rust color brown. My plan is to make almost like some sort of tactical version of Mossy Oak Bottomland. So I'm going to attempt, just in the spirit of like the budget thing, I'm going to attempt to make my own stencils with electrical tape, maybe leaves, stuff like that. So I'm gonna put a bunch of stencils on it once this fully cures. I may bust out the heat gun here in a second, once I get the second coat on. But I may end up leaving it overnight, I don't know. But I may put it together after I get the first coat finished as well. I don't know yet. Or once I get this part of the base coat, because I still need to finish the fore end and all. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But we're kind of just playing it by ear. But anyway, I want to do like, I've got like some laundry mesh. I thought about adding in some like spray painting a cluster of pine needles and just rubbing it on the gun, seeing if it leaves anything, seeing how that looks. But I'm gonna do like a combination of like blotchy stencils and like the tactical like hexagon mesh pattern, and we'll just see how it turns out. All I want to do is make it not solid black, because it kind of stands out in the woods as it sits, or as it did sit. All right, the base coat is fully finished. I'm gonna try my best to give it at least an hour before I come back to it with the stencils, but we'll see. I tried to hit it with a heat gun, but I don't know if you can see those little speckles. The heat gun had junk in it, so probably not gonna work too great. I do not know how many more I need, or if I need any more, but I've just been cutting out stencils out of some blue masking tape. This is, I did get some good stuff, because, you know, it's $4 as opposed to $3 or whatever it is. But I'm going to keep making stencils for a little bit. I need enough to cover the whole gun. I want to leave a lot of brown visible before I do the light overcoat. So we'll see what happens. All right, so it has been several hours. And some of the plastic areas are a little sticky still, but I'm impatient, so we're gonna try it. Hopefully this doesn't just rip off the paint under the tape, but I don't think it will. We'll see. I don't know. All right, there she is in all her glory. I ought to just leave it like this. Is what I ought to do. But we just did a bunch of random splotches all over the gun, up and down, and then I'm gonna hit it with this sand color. I'm trying to preserve as much of that brown as I can while still making it like camo, because I want it to be darker than this stuff. But we're gonna hit it with this, and then hopefully in the morning, or probably tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon, I'm probably just gonna spray it, move it into the barn somehow without messing everything up, and then we'll start the actual camo stuff tomorrow. I guess we'll see how it turns out. I didn't need that. Well, there's an issue for sure. Oh God. Well, it ain't gonna be perfect, but it is gonna be camo. Dang. I don't know if that's kind of cool or not. That ain't good, but it's a $200 gun. Worst comes to worst, I'll strip it off of there with brake clean, and that'll be that. Dang, can't believe it. I can, but oh well. We'll make it work. I'm just gonna let it dry overnight. It'll be alright. Alright, it's a little windy. It's been like 2 days. I think everything's pretty well cured. My stencils did all right. So what I think I'm gonna do is remove like half of the stencils and then start doing some camo designs, and then remove the rest, and then I got a pretty unique idea for what I want to do. I'm excited to show you guys. This is how she's looking, and I've still got a lot of stencils to pull off, so it's gonna be a lot more brown. But I'm gonna pull those stencils off and then see what I need to do after that. Oh yeah, I am really liking this. I may need to tone it down just a hair. That tan shines through pretty bright, but I don't know, I like it. It's pretty sick, in my personal opinion. I got one more thing I want to do to it. As far as the paint goes, I'm gonna try it out. And we'll see how it turns out. I think this is how you know you had a successful spray paint mission. All right, so I did end up toning it down a little bit by taking some pine needles, spraying them full of spray paint, and just sort of slapping it on the gun. It worked out pretty well. It looks kind of rugged and weird and funky, but I think it'll blend in fairly well. It looks a lot brighter in camera, I think, but I like it. It's pretty unique. I've never seen anything like it, so maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's not. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit and give it a nice little clear coat bath, and show you in all its glory in broad daylight tomorrow. All right, I just got the clear coat on there. It kind of darkened everything up a little bit. Seems like it's really bringing everything together with that last coat of clear. I feel like it turned out pretty good, especially for my first time doing it. I especially like how the pine needle splatters turned out. It's almost like an homage to that like Rhodesian brushstroke type camo. I wanted it to be like a tactical version of Bottomland, but it didn't quite turn into that. All right, folks, well, here she is. Finally got the clear coat on there. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Yeah. I think it turned out pretty good. It is a little bit lighter than I wanted it to be. I may have to go back in with like some black or something eventually. Just hit it with a little touch up every now and then. I kind of want a little bit of a brighter green maybe, and a little bit of a darker black over the top maybe. I don't know. I think it looks good as it is. It just might stand out just a little bit depending on where I'm at, especially if I'm hunting like a burn or something. But I think what we're going to do is go turkey hunting in the morning with it. So, y'all stay tuned. It's about to get good.